have a stench smell on your farm and you're probably wondering how you're going to handle it. Well, I have good news for you. I'm in the microbiology lab where we use microorganisms to fight disease, to fight illness, to fight poor nutrition, and to fight bad smell on the farm. In today's episode, I'm delighted to host Mr. Timothy Muyingo, an expert in microbiology. He will break down the science behind the use of microorganisms, the benefits, the challenges, and the practical application of these microorganisms on your farm. Welcome, Mr. Muyingo, to the Farm Science Podcast. We are happy to have you today.
Thanks so much, Martha, for having me on the Farm Science Podcast, where I bring the laboratory to your farm. So, to begin with the aspect of the challenges which are posed by microorganisms on your farm. First of all, they can lead to disease on your farm, they can lead to bad odor on your farm, and some of these microorganisms are however beneficial in a way that they can fight against those different challenges which you may be having on your farm. These organisms are termed as probiotics, and they have potential to assist in the different challenges. For example, in the fight against bad odor on your farm, we have organisms that produce various products that have the capability of breaking down the products which are produced by those bad organisms which are responsible for the bad odor onto your farm. For example, organisms including lactobacillus species can produce enzymes that break down various compounds responsible for the bad odor onto your farm. We've seen that organisms can be, good organisms can be, what we call probiotics, can be used in different aspects, including improving the digestibility of feeds on your farm, improving health on your farm, and also increasing nutrient absorption of animals on your farm. An aspect of application of these probiotics can come in the post-weaning diarrhea. Most of the times, piglets are faced with diarrhea. So most of these probiotics can, and that diarrhea majorly can be brought about by toxins produced by dangerous microorganisms. So what happens, including E. coli. So what happens is that when you apply probiotics, they can be able to not only neutralize or bind these toxins, but they can also improve the entire gut health of these piglets, thereby enhancing the productivity on your farm.
Wow, that's so good to hear. Now, I'm wondering, you are talking of bad bacteria and good bacteria. How do you differentiate these bacteria? How do you know that this is bad and the other is good?
Thanks so much for that question. The bad bacteria are those that are capable of causing disease on your farm, whereas the good ones are those that are capable of fighting the bad bacteria. A case in example we can see in piglets where we can have post-weaning diarrhea, which can be caused by an organism called E. coli. Now, in case you apply probiotics on your farm, which are the good bacteria, they are capable of fighting this disease. For example, we know that post-weaning bacteria can be caused by toxins which are produced by the bad organisms. Now, these probiotics are capable of not only neutralizing but also binding the toxins which are produced by these bad bacteria. Another example can be found in poultry, where we can have organisms, for example, Salmonella species, which are known to cause high morbidity and mortality in poultry. But in case you apply these probiotics, they have potential to produce various biologically active substances that are capable of destroying these bad bacteria. Thank you so much, Martha, for that question.
Now, I'm wondering, where do we get these good microorganisms? Are they located in a specific space or area? Or how do you get them?
Yeah. Thanks much for that. Surprisingly, these good microorganisms are also found on your farm, however, in low numbers. So what happens is that we come to your farm, obtain various samples which we anticipate to contain these good organisms, take them to the lab, and then we isolate these good organisms in pure forms. We increase them in terms of copy numbers after ascertaining that they have the capability to perform the desired roles. Then we can also check for their safety in a way that they don't contain any disease-causing patterns or disease-causing factors. After studying all that, then we can bring them back to your farm, and then we apply them, and then we see or we monitor and see whether we can get the good results which they are anticipated to perform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the Farm Science Podcast, where we bring the lab to your farm, bridging the gap between research and real life. For more information, follow us on all our social media platforms, like, subscribe, comment.